Time for another Goji box, baby. This one's coming from INS Hobby. Fragile, handle with care. All right, we're going to crack this open, and I'll show you what I got. Can we see what that is, folks? It's been a long time coming. Let me open this sucker. All right, so I'm sure you can see through the bubble wrap what it is, baby. Let's get this off here. All right, we got the Hiya Exquisite Basic Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire Energized Godzilla. And what a beautiful box. Look at those blues. Look at the shades, different shades of blue just popping out everywhere. Awesome with the drones flying and the lightning. Looks amazing. You can see some of the same clouds and drones on the top, on the side, on the bottom, on the other side. You see a drone right there and a nice crack of lightning. Godzilla X Kong on the back. We have two nice pictures of the figure right here. Now, so with that being said, based on a lot of the reviews of this figure I've seen, we wish it could be this blue. So, but let's open it up and see what it really looks like, so I could give you my own sentiment on it. Okay, so of course the packaging is going to be your standard clamshell here. We're going to get the Goji inside, and we're going to get 2 extra sets of hands. They're actually fists that could grip things, which I'm really, really excited about. I know I'll be posing it with those fists on my shelf. So, but let's get it out of the clam and take a deep dive into this sucker. Let's peel away the plastic, because that always sounds really nice on video. I love hearing that noise. So. Okay, so now, straight out of the box, he's a lot more blue than I expected him to be. He looks almost green in a lot of the videos that I see, and I could tell you right now that it's not that. It's more of, when you see him like this, it's more of a powder blue. So, I actually, now that I have it in hand, I actually like the color of it, believe it or not, you know. I think, of course, we all would have appreciated this like black and blue Godzilla, and maybe we'll get that still. But this is nice, and I'm sure it's going to appear that way when we hit it up with the UV light. You know what I mean? I happen to actually really like the paint job now that I see it in person. And boy, the dorsal plates are painted also. Like the blending of the paint is nice. It's very, very nice. You know, the dorsal plate paint, the way it goes from white at the tips to almost a like grayish blue. Oh, it's really nice. Yeah, okay. All right, so this is not what I was expecting. Teal. It's not teal. It's like North Carolina baby blue. Is what it is in person. I think it's the lighting, you know, because let's see, if I put this light up closer to it, that tends to make it look green on the camera when it's not really that way in real life. So, okay. So let me state that, because that's an important fact. People are watching these videos and like, you know, are saying, why is it teal? And I know I did, because this doesn't look exactly like the promo pics, which I'm sure every shot, now that I'm thinking about it, was done with the proper lighting to make it look the way that they wanted it to. But a lot of the video reviews I've seen make it look teal, and it's not that, you know. It's very clearly blue in person, and I try to actually pull the light further away from it to kind of show you more how it looks in person. And it's really, really nice. So I'm going to pose them and then we'll get back to the review. Okay, so we're back. We posed them for a little bit. Yeah, I got to say, this is a beautiful paint job. It's just really, really nice. You can really see like the black underneath, which looks so cool, you know? And it's just a lovely combination of black and baby blue all the way through, and white, and also a little bit of gray all the way through. You know, the way they painted this really brings out the details on them, which you could see here. You know, you see the blue all throughout on his chest, on his legs, on the side here, on the tail. It's a beautiful blending of the paint on the dorsal plates. You're not seeing like anything in the way of eyeballs here. They're just blue, but I like that. It kind of adds to the effect of the figure. I like the way the eyes look. So yeah, of course, the inside of the mouth is very nice. The if you could see, the teeth look great. Especially the top teeth. They look really, really nice. And I want to say, let's see here. Yeah, the teeth are like grayish blue as well. And then you get a nice baby blue on the tongue and on the inside of his mouth. Really very nice. Of course, the tail is, you know, this is the bend on the tail, same as a regular Hiya. You've seen this figure, you know, other versions of this figure now for quite some time, but this looks just great. I'm so happy about this. I was worried about it. I was concerned about it because I had pre-ordered it, and when I started seeing it and seeing the reviews and thinking it was teal, I got really turned off, but it's not. It's not teal. It's baby blue, if you could see that. And that's cool. Baby blue and black. And it's looking just great. Awesome. So, like, I'm very happy to add this now, knowing in hand it's not this greenish, tealish color that I thought it was. But Hiya makes some nice figures. Just look at that. Awesome. Now, I don't know. You know, people are saying the dorsal plates are a little shorter on this, a little stubbier. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. That's neither here nor there to me. I think the dorsal plates on this figure, going all the way down to the tip of the tail here, look great. So if they're a little shorter, so effing what, you know? They're painted beautifully. And they look really, really nice to me. So I have no complaints as far as the dorsal plates go. Maybe it's these, you know, few in the middle here that might look a little stubbier. It doesn't really look bad, you know. It doesn't. You could barely even tell, man. You know. So, you know, yeah, it's the figure is already way better than I thought it was. So let's pose it some more. I just wanted to take the time to show you the detail on the tongue. That looks really nice. You see how there's like some white in there? Oh yeah, that's super nice. The face looks great. Now I'm going to show you, of course, quickly how high up he can look, which is about the same for every Hiya figure. That's what you're getting as far as you know, how high you could get his head. So and it's very nice. Look at that, man. That looks awesome. This is a nice figure. This is not disappointing like I thought it was going to be. I'm so happy. Awesome. Don't, you know, don't hesitate to get this. If you guys are having second thoughts, if you saw some videos and review videos that made it look teal, it's not. Feel comfortable in getting that. So let's continue on here. And we could do them in a nice crawling pose, which I wanted to show you before I swap it out for the fists, and show you what those can do. But beautiful that you can make these Hiyas do, you know, a crawling pose, and it looks very, very nice. Look at that. Awesome, man. That's so dope. All right, let's continue. Of course, we could see Godzilla in basically a nice swimming pose. As always, you could do that with Hiya. All right, Energized Godzilla's got the fists. He's ready to scrap. He's got the guard up, ready to throw the jab. Yeah, that looks awesome. Love having a pair of fists on a Godzilla. Look at that, man. I was one of the things that I was most excited about was this Godzilla having fists. Look at that. That looks amazing. I love that. See what other cool poses we could get it in with the fists too. That looks fantastic. Yeah, and they grip too, so you could put things in his hands. Awesome. Yeah, he ain't even playing right here. That's dope. You could get him in a nice stomping pose, which I really, really like. Yeah, it's great that Hiya has such nice balance, you know, where you could just, of course the tail helps, you know, but yeah, you could position him in some cool poses on one foot, or tail off the ground, as I'll show. The figure just has, you can balance it and be able to pose it. That's why I always say that it has underrated posability, you know, because that's nice that you could do that. This is a cool figure, man. You know, like I feel much better about it now, and I could recommend it now because having it in hand, I really, really like it. It's cool. Don't listen to, if anybody rags on it, don't let that cause you to not get it, because it's cool, believe me. And the paint job is so very nice. Look at that. Look at how cool that paint job is. It just brings out all the details. This is painted well, very well. Love it. Okay, so you're going to get a nice tail off the ground pose, like he's looking down. Looking for something on the ground, searching. So nice, you know. You know, I like, you know, these Hiyas can only do so much, but the articulation is underrated, and you could get them in cool poses like this, which a lot of the times is really nice, you know, like that's sufficient. It doesn't have to be full-on SH Monster Arts articulation to get it in cool poses. You know, of course you could turn the waist all the way around, but yeah, looks really good. Of course you could get Godzilla in a nice running pose, which I always love on Hiyas. They look great, you know, when you put it in that specific pose. It really looks like he's running. So that's another dope pose. You know, also point out, you know, there's like a hinge on the neck of Hiya that they've progressively gotten better at since the first edition of the 2021 GVK, where you could, you know, you push it up, back and up, basically, and you could forward and down, so you could get them to look really nice and, you know, far down. And I like that about this. This is one hell of a figure. Of course, you could get a really nice shot of Godzilla catching a drone out of the sky or swatting the drone. That's so cool that you could grip with this. You know, borrowed the drone from the Energized Playmates figure, which I'll bring out later to compare to this guy, because those are my two Energized figures so far. But you can see the hand grips, and that's so cool, you know. This endless possibilities of what you could put in his hand. Yeah, awesome. Could have him holding a tank and a helicopter. Thank you, Playmates. Yeah. I don't know. I guess this is how Godzilla would light the torch in the Olympics. Oh, man. All right, Godzilla with the karambits. What is wrong with this picture? I'm gripping the samurai sword. Don't worry, he's not going to commit seppuku. All right. Could have Godzilla wielding double axes. That's just great, man. That's awesome that we finally get fists that could grip on these. That's so cool. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at it with the black light. This is just basically, recreating that scene, when Godzilla's feeding off the nuclear radiation in France and just, gives off a nuclear pulse and drops all of the drones flying around him. And you can really see like the blue and black come out, when you got it under the black light. And that just looks really nice. It looks amazing like this. Just to give you an idea of what he's looking like. Let me turn him to the side for you. Yeah. That's just very, very nice. So he really gets dark blue in the black light. You know what I mean? Just light up the room, and that's nice. Super nice. And here's with a regular light just to show you how translucent it is. You can see that right there. All the way into the head. That looks really nice. Look at how it looks on the dorsal plates and body. The head looks really nice. Awesome. Okay, so now I just want to compare it with the Energized Godzilla from Playmates. Boy, is it nice to have two Energized Godzillas right now. I love that, And, once again, I ordered this from INS Hobby. I think, it came out to close to $90 when everything is said and done with the shipping, honestly. But the thing I like about INS Hobby is that you could put down 30% of the order until the item comes in and is ready to ship, and then you just pay the remainder of it. So that's good. You could, pre-order whatever Hiya you want, and then just pay for it when the pre-order comes in. And that's great, so I like doing that. So, yeah, $90, $9.99. You know what I mean? Pick your poison. They're both really good figures in their own right, Obviously, the paint job is way better here on the Hiya, but it is quite nice on the Playmates. It's just a cool presentation. It's a nice blue, Correct me if I'm wrong. You could tell me in the comments, but I think a lot of the people out there might have preferred closer to this blue for the Hiya, like it shows on the box. But you could get that effect with the right lighting. But I still love this. I think it's great, This is a fantastic paint job. You just got to see it in person to really understand, It looks really good. Both of them do. So, and I'm happy to have both of them. But, yeah, there we go. Energized Godzilla in the building. Okay, so now we have him here with Tiamat from Playmates. And I did the review for a double review of the Playmates Energized Godzilla and Tiamat figures. And one thing I forgot to mention about Tiamat is this. Tiamat also looks pink in the black light. Now, how crazy is that? Everybody was talking about Tiamat's color being wrong, but if you look at Tiamat under UV light, the pink comes out, and that's really cool. All right, so now I just want to compare him with the Godzilla re-evolved figure from GXK. And when I get the evolved version, I'll compare all three. But these are the two early versions of Godzilla in GXK in the movie. You get to see him re-evolved. Then you get the energized Godzilla when he's powering up. And then finally you're going to get the evolved. But these two look great. I happen to really, really love these figures. This is a great figure. This is so screen accurate. This might be the best Hiya of all of the MonsterVerse films. It's certainly one of my favorites. And I love it. I love the paint job on this guy. How blended and perfect it is. And how screen accurate it is. And then this guy is just amazing. So, and when the evolved one comes, it'll be nice to have all three versions of Godzilla from GXK. But that looks great. Now, another thing I wanted to compare was with the different forms of Godzilla from Godzilla King of the Monsters. So this was how he looked in the movie here. And this is the burning Godzilla form. So now, it's interesting when you see the burning and the energized together, because this version, the burning version, without Mothra's life force, Godzilla basically would have just exploded and died. You know, Mothra's life force was the reason that Godzilla was able to do that nuclear pulse without killing himself. And you know, the energized version is a basically more regulated version of the burning Godzilla, where, you know, Godzilla has a controlled amount of radiation and can just do the nuclear pulse on his own and not kill himself. You know what I mean? So that's cool. He in this form, he needed Mothra's help to basically survive. And this was, you know, him controlling the radiation on his own. And that's pretty dope. So there we have it, folks. You know, this figure is highly recommended. It's very, very nice. It's got a beautiful paint job, which just brings out all the details on it. It's got the Hiya underrated articulation. It's got the really cool closed fist to let you grip things, you know. And I love this version of Godzilla. This was so cool to see him in GXK. I think this is where he looked the best in the movie. I love the blue. I love how he was able to control the nuclear pulse on his own. That was awesome, you know. And, you know, we always knew that Godzilla fed off radiation, but we never got to actually see him do it. And in GXK, he does. And it's so cool to see him just basically feeding on that radiation and powering up. That was definitely a very, very memorable scene in all of the MonsterVerse movies, actually. That scene I'd put probably top 5. You know what I mean? So that's really nice. I got to do that maybe. I got to do a top maybe 5 or 10 scenes from the MonsterVerse movies. Put that video out. But this looks really nice. I'm so happy to have it. I love Hiya. I'm going to continue to collect Hiya and review them for you. I have a bunch more coming. The 2014 will be on the way soon. So I'm excited about that. And then I have a bunch of others coming. I have the Skullcrawler number 10. I have the Mudo. So I have the 91 Hokkaido version of the Gedo Goji coming. And Shimo. And I also have the Godzilla Evolved, the pink one coming. So there's going to be many more Hiya reviews from me. This is a beautiful figure, man. And I'm so happy that it's actually like not teal, you know, and it is the baby blue because I like baby blue. And I like the way this looks, very much so. So you could feel comfortable going out and grabbing this one. All right, so if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back at you with another one soon. Peace out, folks. No woman, no cry.